Hi and welcome to Let's Talk eBay. My name is Rich Pasini. Today is August 12th, 2021. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you like the content. You come back for more. If this is the first time hitting my YouTube channel, I'd like to talk about online reselling. I do the reseller news, the Let's Talk eBay segment, and I'm also a vlogger. So if you want to learn a little more about selling on eBay and get a better idea on how to become a better seller, please don't forget to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you want to be updated when I post out the videos, please hit that bell notification icon. So without further ado, let's get with the topic. Today I want to talk about selling on eBay, keeping it simple. Yes, I know it sounds simple, right? You go to the store, you pick up merchandise, and you take pictures, you write the description, voila, it's up on eBay. Well, that's just part of it, okay? I've been on eBay for over 20 years, and I have to honestly say, being on this platform as long as I have, I've seen a lot of crazy things coming and going, okay? And I'll be honest with you, I got a letter over here, well, from a buyer, and the reason why this topic is in regards to keeping it simple is because sometimes the simple things can become a problem thing. Seriously. Over here, I'm going to explain this stuff to you in a second here, what I got. Oh, by the way, I picked up another pot here. This will be going up on eBay. It's going to be tested and cleaned out. And I think it's called a Presto. I think it's Presto, but the lettering is worn off here. Nice clean pot, pretty clean. It will be going up on eBay if it's tested and cleaned, okay? Just wanted to let you know. So you'll be seeing another pot. I usually sell the Farberware. But anyway, that's one of the simple things to sell, to be honest with you. And you're probably wondering, well, what are you talking about simple? Why is it keeping it simple? Well, for the simple reason is, right? Simple reason is, okay. Let me move this mouse cursor over here. Okay. For those who are new, and this goes out to the newbies, okay? If you're a newbie seller on eBay and you want to sell on eBay, and that's fine and all gin dandy and stuff, but the thing is, with selling merchandise items, sell things that don't require instruction booklets like electronics, or if you're going to buy clothing, buy stuff that's machine washable that you could wash and not take to the dry cleaner. I sold, the only thing I bought from the thrift store as far as clothing wise, I bought a Derek Jeter shirt. It's a number 2. It's like a white buttoned up shirt there, whatever, jersey, whatever you'll call it, and it went out today. I bought that for the simple reason is it's machine washable, and I have a handheld steamer. Now, for those of you out there, unless you got a good budget where you could spend money to get, if you buy clothes from a thrift store and you want to have them washed and pressed and whatever, you take them to the dry cleaner, that's all fine, okay? Me, I consider myself a frugal entrepreneur. I do everything on a budget. I do everything as cheap as possible, but at the same time, get good results. And if you want to see it for yourself, check out my feedback on eBay and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, keeping it simple, meaning don't buy things that are going to be that's going to be a problem for quote unquote the buyer. How so? Well, I sold a Cuisinart here. I printed out the messages from this buyer. I'm not going to read the buyer's name, but he bought the Cuisinart single cup coffee maker. Okay. Now with that machine, I always print out manuals because it's one of those machines that had the buttons on it. It's like digital, the LCD and everything on there. And he writes to me yesterday. He received the item. Today's the 12th. I think he received it on the 10th, August 10th. He received it. He writes over here. Let me get over here. The message here came out to 3 pages. Okay. Well, the last page has got the guy's address on it anyway. But anyway, it goes on to say, "Hi Richard, I received a coffee maker, added water, plugged it in, placed the K-cup, and turned it on to brew it, and it shot out just a little bit of brewed coffee, then stopped and gave me the message, and quote, EEO, amp sign, quote. So I tried it again multiple times, and the same thing happened, and resulted in the message, EEO, see photo." Now, he didn't leave a photo here, so I don't have nothing to see. "I tried to see what the message meant in the manual, but could not find it. Did a Google search. The Google search results indicated that it means the coffee maker does not work / is inoperable. See attachment. At this point, I'm believing that's to be true because the coffee maker does not work and will not brew a cup of coffee. Please advise, thanks, and the person. Now, that's a lot of malarkey. Okay, no, seriously. Now, I'm not frustrated over it, and I'm not annoyed over it. Well, I can't say not annoyed, but I don't like when a buyer will make a statement like that. Not as described, item is defective, not working. It's baloney. Okay, seriously. First off, I don't sell things of that nature. If the machine is not working, I bring it home, test it. I did a video about buying untested items. Okay, and it's true. You go to a local thrift store. Again, this is pertaining to the newbie buyers, the newbie eBay sellers. It's food for thought. Keep this in your mind, folks. I'm telling you based on my own experiences, what I'm going through dealing with buyers. Okay, and you're going to have that happen every now and then. It's going to happen. You're going to have a buyer. You're going to send an item out. A buyer's going to get it. You tested it. You cleaned it. You did it over and over again repetitively, and the buyer gets it. And the first thing they come out and say, if it doesn't work to their specs or they don't know how to operate the machine, it's not working, it's not as described, or it's defective. You're going to see that happen as a newbie and if you're a seasoned seller like me. Okay, now, I know this to be false because I don't send anything out like that. It's been tested multiple times, and what happens is the buyer, and this is the problem with eBay. I love eBay, been with them for over 20 years. And here's what I have to say to eBay if you guys are listening out there. You need to change your return procedure or your messages, return messages. Like I think right now eBay has it in order for a buyer to return something defective, not working, or not as described. You got to put on there, you should add a couple others or another one stating the buyer found another item cheaper and wishes to return it, or the buyer no longer wants it for whatever reason, something along that line. You guys, when you have your corporate meetings, your board meetings up there, you could sit there and brainstorm what other things you want to add when it comes to return policies. Because to put there, item as described, or it's not working, or whatever, or it's not as, item is defective, not working, you got to change that up because you know what's going to happen now? That's going to come back as a defect. And I'm going to rebuttal it. I'm going to wait for I accepted the return. I pay for the return shipping. Okay? And this is the part that's unfair. And I'm speaking from the heart here. As an avid seller that's been on this platform for many years, I've seen it happen a couple of times with me being here, on this platform, or more than a couple. But not to my own making or my own fault. It's because the buyers don't read the descriptions or they don't understand how the item works. eBay needs to change that up. And I'm going to get a ding on my account because it's going to go down as a defect, as a return. But I'm going to fight it with eBay if that's the way it works. Now, keeping it simple. As that saying goes, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm not making that mistake a third time. Now, you might say, well, if you're so sure, why, the reason why I'm saying is because I probably will no longer buy in that particular model when it comes to Keurigs or Cuisinart. They're the ones that have the reservoirs. Granted, sometimes they're a little tricky. There was one I had to buy. It had a bad pump on it, and I had to sell it for parts. And again, that's because it was untested. I bought it in a thrift store. But this is what happens, folks, especially, again, going out to the newbies. When you buy something from a thrift store and it's not properly tested, you're taking a chance on buying something that's not working. Now, here's the thing. If you're a person that's got an unlimited budget, which I don't, if you take a chance and buy something like that so cheap with the intentions, oh, I can make a nice dollar on it, I'll buy it, and if it don't work, I'll either sell it as parts or discard it, throw it in the garbage. I can't do stuff like that. That's not my budget, and I wouldn't want to do it like that for the simple reason is I'd rather sell it for parts and get something for it rather than just taking a total loss on it. So what you see here, and you might say, well, these are instruction sheets for the electronic items I'm selling on eBay. Okay? These are instruction sheets for laser printer, the K Mini Plus booklet here. Okay, I have a whole bunch of different ones pertaining to what's being sold on eBay. The TV Weather FM PLL synthesized clock radio. I printed out a sheet. Okay, this is a sheet for it, an instruction sheet. Here's the animated alarm clock that's on there, the Disney Cars thing here. It's only a one-pager, I believe, right? Oh, no, it's a two-pager. I'm sorry. Is it a one-pager? No, it's a two-pager. It's a two-pager. Okay, why do I print them out? Because what happens is later on down the road, after the buyer has the thing or receive it, then I'll get a message. How do you operate this thing? How do you set the time? I don't have time, folks, to sit there and go over verbatim with these people. I get these items, I do a preliminary test on them. I don't get into it that deep. I do it, I test it out, I power them on, I make sure they work, and boom, take the pictures, clean them up, make sure they're good, they're good to go, and send them off. You know, I put them in, I take the pictures and write my descriptions, and put it in the storage facility, and it's ready to go as soon as a person makes a purchase. Okay. Here's another one here for the JVC that I have right now listed. Two-pager, I think it's a two-pager, or it's the same one? I think it's the same one. I might print an extra one out. It looks like the same thing. It's a one-pager. Now, when I sell the unit, I'm going to throw this in there with it. Okay, here's another one. The FM digital clock radio. ICF C120. It's about, what, 3 pages, 4 pages, 3? It's a little square one. As a matter of fact, this one here, this clock radio that I got here, where you can't see it, it's up there. A person made a bid of half for $9.99. I'll give you $4.99 for it. I declined. Well, I declined it. I usually decline it when it's that low. I just went back to the person. I made a counter. It said $10. I could do it for $10. Now, mind you, I have it with a discount, and I also have best offer. Even as cheap as I got it with the discount on it, the markdown manager I used, the person still had the buyer, potential buyer, had the audacity to say, well, I'll give you $4.99 for it. If it goes any cheaper, I might as well just give it to you. Just pay the shipping. Okay, but anyway, I'm not here to complain about low bids, because that's going to happen. These are instruction sheets. Okay, now if you're a person that's not tech savvy, I know somewhat of technical stuff, not 100% proficient, but I know enough to how to operate certain electronic components. Okay, and this one over here, if you can see it, it's all wrapped up. I printed them out. This is for the, believe it or not, this is the instruction for the Keurig B31 model. It's got 2 pages. It's got the front here, and it's got the back. This is what I send them. They get the front, this one here, instruction sheet, and the back. Why? Because when I sold it, I sold one a while back. Okay, I sold one a while back, and the buyer messaged me and said, I purchased this Keurig off of you. Time for a drink of water, folks. That air conditioner will do it to you all the time, dries you out. They said, I bought the Keurig from you, and I don't understand how to work it. Now, I'm not making fun of the person. When I first got introduced to these Keurig things here, my brother had one, I didn't know how to work it. I mean, what do you do with it? You look at it, you say, okay. Unless someone shows you, I know it's not rocket science to make it, put coffee in and make a coffee maker, but if you've never seen it, the process, you don't know how to do it in some cases. I mean, you can figure it out, right? I mean, it's a pod, you put it in there, whatever. But for the most part, the person didn't know how to use it. So I directed them to the website where you could print out the manual, and I also did a demo video where it said you could watch the video and it'll show you how to use it. I messaged the buyer went to the video. I don't know if they printed out the manual. Told me you could print out the manual, but I didn't. No, at that time I didn't send the sheet, the instruction sheet there. She messaged me back, said, I think what she said, she's seen the video, and she says now she knows how to use it. And now you might say, Keurigs are very simple to use. Again, if you don't know how to use it, then you don't know how to use it. Now this person who sent me this here, please advise, the person wants to advise them. I just told the person, I'm sorry. What did I write back? I'm somebody here. I wrote back, hi, so-and-so. I said, I'm sorry, very sorry you experienced a problem with the coffee maker. Whenever I test these items out, they always test to make sure they are functional. At this time, I want you to be happy with my service, so the only thing I can tell you is at this time, please send it back. Once received, I will issue a complete refund, including the shipping costs. All I ask is that if you could kindly send it back, well packaged. I'm very sorry about this for the inconvenience this has caused you. If you are interested in Keurig coffee makers, I have some listed, and you can check them out if you like one of them. Please let me know. And again, please accept my humble apology in regards to this matter. Sincerely, Richard J. Pasini. Keep it simple. Exactly. If you're a person that don't have the time or you don't want to send instructions, I did now. I sent instruction sheets with this here booklet. It was like, I think it was like a total of 12 pages. If you don't have the time to do that or you can't be bothered doing that, and again, this is for the newbies, get something simple. See this pot here? I use this as a perfect example. You don't have to write, but you can write a description. I got to write a description, the condition, what it is, the make, the model, whatever. You don't have to send an instruction booklet with this. Okay, there's no need to send an instruction book. It's very cut and dry. You plug it into a wall outlet. It's a 10 to 12 cup. You fill it up with water. You put your coffee grains in here. Boom, that's it. You don't need it. Keep it simple. Don't buy the electronic ones if you're going to have a problem with them. Now, I know for a fact, and the reason why you're saying, well, how can I be so sure? I'll tell you why I'm so sure. I had a person, and I don't mind sharing this story, because like I said, you're going to experience things like that. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. I hope you don't. I had sold a Keurig coffee maker, two to the same buyer. They offered me a reasonable price for the first one. They said, would you do the second one for that same price? Sure, no problem. I boxed them up. I put them, well, I think I did 2 separate orders because I didn't have a box big enough at the time. And I sent them both out. A month later, mind you, past the 30-day return policy, a month later, I get a message from that same buyer. From the same buyer, folks. This is the gospel truth. I just want to let you know that the Keurigs, they're not working properly. They're dispersing water and they're not working properly and this, that, and the other going on. I said, I messaged the buyer back through the eBay messaging system because the eBay don't give you their personal email address. And I messaged them back. I said, geez, I find it very hard. They both went bad at the same exact time. I said, it can't be a problem. This guy, it can't be. It just can't be. I find it very unusual. I've sold a lot of Keurig coffee makers. Look at my feedback, the people who bought the Keurig coffee makers, and tell me what you think about it. You might say, well, maybe the person had a bad experience with it. No. The person didn't even ask. I said, well, what would you like to do? Giving her the option, do you want a refund? Now, mind you, it was past the 30 days. I didn't have to. Technically, I did not have to refund her for those 2 coffee makers. But I would have, because that's just my nature. I don't want to see people, if something really is wrong, I don't want to see people get stuck with something that they're not happy with. My aim as a seller, as a power seller on eBay for over 20 years, I want to give the people who buy from me a good deal. My buyers are my number one priority. I stand by my buyers and I will do whatever it is to make that person happy. If you don't like it, send it back. No questions asked. If it comes back broken because you broke it, that's not going to make me a happy camper. See, I want to make you a happy camper, but if you send it back, you broke it on your end, and then you're going to send it back to me broken, you're a happy camper, I'm not. Because now that working item, merchandise or whatever, product has to be sold for parts not working. Okay? So, again, the information I'm putting out here today in this video is for the newbie eBay sellers. This is like food for thought, just to give you a heads up of what to expect. And that is why the title is Selling on eBay, Keep It Simple. If you're going to buy sneakers or you're going to buy certain clothing off of thrift stores, buy stuff that's machine washable. Because if you buy clothes in a thrift store, like expensive things, and they need to be dry cleaned, unless you have a dry cleaning machine around or however you do the process, You might want to buy stuff like that and get yourself a handheld steamer. I have one that's on a stand. I think it's a Conair. Okay, it's got the decent sized jet head on there, and I steam any clothing people buy from me. I will steam it. I don't put an iron on it. Do I know how to iron? Absolutely. Do I want to iron? No, because then you got to get the ironing board out. You got to put the water in the iron machine, and then you got to do this and that and the other thing. I use a handheld steamer with I think it's got a gallon water thing on there. It's like a commercial, not commercial type. I call it commercial type. It's not the hand one like you actually hold your hand. You could get a hand one like that, but I got the regular one. It's got the long hose and it goes to the water reservoir, and I use that. Matter of fact, the Derek Jeter shirt I sent out today, the jersey was white. It was washed. They tell you when you're washing it, use non-chlorine bleach, chlorine bleach, which I keep in here. And I buy clothes. If I do buy clothes, which I don't, that's the first one I bought from a thrift store as far as clothing-wise. The clothes that you see on eBay, if you look at my eBay listings, the girls' clothing is for my daughters. That's store-bought, not thrift store-bought. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with thrift store clothing. So I don't want you to get the wrong impression. I'm not knocking thrift store clothing. I'm just telling you. Why did I pick that shirt out? Because it's machine washable. I have a steamer. I don't have to iron it, whatever. And I don't have to worry about dry cleaning. Okay? This is why, the reason I'm making this video is to keep you guys just a little, like I said again, food for thought. When I mean keep it simple, that's what I'm talking about. You go to the thrift store, if you're going to sell clothing, buy machine washable clothing that you could throw it in your wash machine and wash it. You also, if you're not into ironing, I am not, get yourself either a handheld steamer or get yourself a nice Conair one, whatever. I think mine at the Sears by us over here before it closed up. Like I said again, it's got the gallon reservoir water there, and it's got a decent sized jet head in there. So when you're steaming, it gives a lot of steam out. It takes all the wrinkles out. Okay? Keep it simple if you're going to do stuff like that. I wouldn't buy anything that's got to be dry cleaned unless you feel like you can make a big dollar off it, a big profit off it. I wouldn't buy anything. And you got to, and you can't. You might say, well, if I buy from the thrift store, I'll just sniff under the arms and make sure everything's copacetic. There's no odors or anything like that there. Or I'll Febreze it. I don't go that route, folks. I'm not going to invest in that. I'm not going to invest in dry cleaning. Dry cleaning, people say, well, it's not that expensive. Well, I'm over here in New York. Everything's expensive in New York. Okay? So, it's just the way it is. I'd rather just buy something machine washable and make sure if you have a dryer, you can throw it in the dryer. I let the clothes air dry if I'm going to buy something. I'll let it air dry because I don't want it to shrink. Okay? And get yourself, like I said, a steam. Invest in that. That's something you could always use, whether you use it for your eBay business or you use it personal. I use mine for both, eBay and personal. When I wear my shirt, the shirt I'm wearing today, I'll use it if it came out of the dryer with a little wrinkle. I take it, I put it on steamer, I steam it up, boom, it takes the wrinkles out. I have to wear burning shirts. I have to sit there and doing this and doing that, flipping the shirt around and stuff. Steaming is so easy, and it sanitizes too. Not that I'm saying I don't put sanitizer in the water reservoir, but it's sanitized with the hot steam. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's that part. Again, now this is going to come back. The person's going to send this Cuisinart back to me. I'm going to test it out. And let me finish the story. Yeah, I was just thinking about it. I think I got distracted again. Because I got so many things in my mind. I'm looking at my desk here. I got papers, little notations here. With those two Keurigs that the lady bought for me, she didn't make an offer to send them back to me, and I didn't ask. Okay. Now, if she said I would like to have a refund, I would refund her, but she didn't say anything, and I didn't say anything. I said let it go with that. I asked her, what would you like to do, though? I mean, I didn't come out and say, well, I'll give you a refund. I said, what would you like to do? No, she goes, I just want to make you aware of it, that, this is what happened, blah, 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 and yada, 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 and so on and so forth. There was no problem with it, folks. And you know why there's no problem? Because if it was, she would have notified me, right? Messaged me through the eBay, and she would have left me a negative feedback. Now, here's the problem. Some people, when they want to return something, they don't know how to come out and be upfront and honest and say, I'd like to return this, I've seen it cheaper. I wouldn't care if you told me that there. That's something eBay should put in their return feature, in their return policy when they're returning things to the sellers. I found the item much cheaper. Now you might say, well, here's my question. First off, as a buyer, did you do your homework? Did you look at other sellers' stuff, what they're selling? Could you buy it cheaper? You know, would you want to retract your purchase? You know, do you want to cancel it? It's not set in stone. You could, if you wanted to, as a buyer, I believe you could. You know, all I say is do your homework. Me, before I make any purchase for eBay, I will, first off, I like to go to top-rated sellers, such as myself. And why? Because I know I'm going to get a good deal. I know a top-rated seller is not going to screw me over and try to take advantage of me and say, well, I'm not going to, you know, if this guy buys something for me, you know, and he wants a refund, I'm not going to get. I do my own research. When I'm buying something from a seller, okay, which is not too rare, you know, it's not very rare I do that. I like to look at it, see if they're top-rated plus, and I want to see if they have 100% positive feedback score. Now, for those sellers out there who, I hope you don't take it the wrong way. I'm not making derogative statements, but if you fall in a category where you're under that 100% positive feedback there and you got a 97, a 98, a 96, whatever, people are going to still buy off of you. They're still going to buy off of you. I, on the other hand, prefer to buy from a top-rated seller with 100% positive feedback for the simple reason is I know that when I buy from them, if I want a refund, I'm going to get a refund with no hassle. Now, some people will say you can't say it's 100% because some people may experience that. They might say, well, I bought off a top-rated seller with 100% positive feedback and I got lousy service. Person didn't give me my money. Well, okay, so you had a bad experience with that person. But the people I bought from never had a problem with them. Thank God, knock on wood. Okay? That's how I prefer to shop. That's how I prefer to shop. I like shopping that way. If I'm going to buy, I want to buy for somebody that you know is going to do right by me. If they have a 30-day policy return within 30 days, and if I decide I don't want it, I know I can send it back to that seller, and I'm going to get my money back, hopefully plus my shipping costs, and get a full, complete refund. Those are the people I like to deal with. The people that are under that, I'm not saying anything bad again. Like I said again, I'm not saying for people not to buy from them. That's just the way I like to shop. It's just like going to different stores. I might go to Target and see something that's a little pricey. Go to Walmart, see the same product, cheaper. I'm going to go to Walmart, plain and simple. Has nothing to do with, I'm not, you know, disparaging Target. I just can get it cheaper at Walmart. I am a Walmart shopper, and I'm okay to say that there. I don't care about it. I'm a very conservative person. I buy only things out of necessity. I don't buy to say I want to have it. Say, oh, I want to have this here. I'm going to go spend money and have it. But anyway, with that set aside, when I say to you guys, keep it simple. If you're not tech savvy, where you don't know how to do certain things with electronics, like for example, I'm selling a calculator. Now, it's the T83 Plus graph calculator, whatever, Texas Instrument. I'm going to print out a user guide for it. The manuals on those things are like 700 pages, something ridiculous. So now people say, well, in a case like that, you're not going to print out 600-page a booklet for the people. No, that I'm not going to do. But if I can get it where I could just help them get started with it, I will give them the URL or tell them to go directly to the Texas Instrument website where they could print out the X amount of pages, 600, 500, whatever it is. I did that once before with something I think it was 30 pages. I did it one time. I had one time only. I don't remember what it was. Definitely something electronic. And I did it two-sided. So out of 30, it came out to be 15 pages. 15 pages versus 30, well, you're talking paper and toner, whatever. I don't do that all the time with high volume user manuals like that. A user guide, 5-10 pages. I do it double-sided. If it's 10 pages, it's only 5. I do that there, folks, because I know through my own experiences, these buyers will get something like that and they try to figure it out. And some people don't figure it out. Okay? And that's when they'll come back Either they'll ask somebody else, or they'll do their own research, or last but not least, they'll contact the seller. And in that case, they'll contact me and ask me how to do such a thing, whatever. And I don't deal with, I will sell scientific calculators when I come across them. I don't use them, okay? So for me, to keep everybody at bay and everybody happy, I will print out a user guide, just like you see here. Just like you see here. These little sheets and little booklets I print out on my computer, my laser printer, using my paper and my toner. I don't care, okay? The whole goal here is to make the buyer a happy buyer. And I don't know about you, but for me, if I'm going to buy this ICF Sony clock radio here, and I got this 5-page, this ain't double-sided, I don't know why it should have printed double-sided, but I got it 4 pages here. I'm going to appreciate something like this. I'm going to, because if I'm not familiar on how to set it up, and the reason why I print these up with all electronics going forward is because I had a buyer who bought a clock like this, similar. The timing don't work. The time don't work. I can't set it. I tried it. I went on YouTube and I was looking at I went to Google search. One guy bought a clock radio like this here, Sony one. He claims it didn't work when it did. I said, okay. He goes, I tried everything. I want to send it back and I want my full refund. I said, you're going to get your full refund. I said, send it back. Nice pack. Some of these buys, are very nasty sometimes when it comes to return. I mean, some are very demanding. One buyer told me, I'm they're making a best offer, and the guy goes, a person, I don't know if a guy or girl, says, I'm going to make an offer, and I want you, this is what I feel, I'm going to give you what I think it's worth, and I want you to pay this return shipping, blah, blah, blah. Very nasty and arrogant. But I kept my cool and said, okay, no problem. You're more than welcome to buy it. I will, if you're not happy with it, please return it. And why? Quote unquote, the buyer is always right. Okay? Now, I don't always kowtow to buyers. I had situations where I have things listed on eBay and potential buyers, will make crazy lowball offers. I did a video back this year, a while back, about buyers making lowball offers. If you're selling something for $5.99, they'll offer you $1 for it. I had one person say that they had something for $5.99. $5.99. I'll give you $1 for it. Bing, I hit the decline button. As a seller, keep this in mind, as a newbie seller, if you do use that best offer and a buyer makes a lowball offer like that, you have the right as a seller to decline that offer and not to get a ding on your account. And if you do get a ding on your account, you call up eBay or get in touch with them and you complain. You shouldn't, because that's the rule of thumb. If someone makes a lowball offer and you want to decline an offer, there's no ifs, ands, or buts according to eBay. You do not have to accept an offer like that. And I tell you right now, I will never accept anything that low, especially when something's for $4.99 and you want to offer me $1. Come on, give me a break. Why don't you just say, I'll pay the free shipping, just give me the item. You might as well at that stage of the game. So when you get things like that, the newbie sellers, hit the decline button, or if you want to, make a counter offer, that's totally up to you. I don't waste my time with that. I will just decline it and be done with them. Some buyers or sellers, they will put those potential buyers on a block list. Now that's one thing. As crazy as the people, made crazy or low ball offers, I never blocked anybody. I never did. I don't believe in it. People say, yeah, but suppose that same person buys from you again at a later date. Okay. Are they paying for the merchandise? Are they giving me what I'm looking for? That's all that matters. If I'm happy with it and I send it out to you as the buyer and you get it, and you like it and you keep it, you're happy, I'm happy, that's it. But yeah, I won't block anybody. As crazy as it is, as it sounds, I will not block a person, even if they made a low ball offer like that. I'm not going to go into my block list, and I can do that. I can block those people. Some buyers, or sellers I should say, they will not deal with newbie sellers or buyers. If they have, I heard it from others. Oh, I won't deal with the person that's only got one feedback or as a brand new seller. I mean, a buyer. Why? You were like that at one time. I was like that at one time. Why wouldn't you? You gotta sell to a person that's been making purchases and they've been on eBay for years and years. What difference does it make? Because the person just started out. And then if you look at their profile, you say, oh, they just started. Let's say today a person was buying something. I look at their profile, August 12th, 2021. Am I supposed to sit the same? Nope. Person just started up with eBay. I'm not going to sell it to them. I'm going to block them. That's crazy. You're losing its sale. When it comes to this business, and I'm telling you from the heart, I'm putting the information out there for you guys. Like I said again, my other videos, if you're new to my videos, I tell it all the time. I put this information out. Whatever takeaway you get is what you get from it. You know, that's the takeaway you get from it. I put it out. I'm only based on my experiences being on this platform for such a long time. All right. I'm not an eBay guru, but I am a pilot seller, which people say it doesn't really mean nothing, or a top-rated seller, whatever. To me, it almost one and the same. But as time went on, I learned a lot in regards to not how to navigate around the business, but how to deal with this with certain individuals. I know when I get this machine back, the Squeeze-A-Knot, I know it's going to work. Okay, I know it's going to work. The same thing with the Sony clock radio. A buyer, I think that's the same story. The buyer messaged me. I bought this radio. I think it was going to work, and blah, blah, blah. It didn't work. I checked it out in Google, YouTube, whatever, and I can't get it to work. I want my money back. I want a full refund, blah, blah, blah. Okay, send it back. Guy sent it back. I got it back in a couple of days. Packaged it nice. No scratch, no things, no dents or anything like that. Checked it out. Put it on eBay. Within that day, the item sold again. Relisted and sold the same day. I got it back that day and it sold the same day. Tested it out before I did it though. I wanted to make sure. I don't want nobody to get, because if possibility could happen. The reason why I believe, and this is my own personal beliefs, folks, the reason why I think people do what they do like that, when they come up with these things, because they don't know how to return the item. So eBay gives them, that's why you can't blame the buyer 100%. eBay gives them limited choices on what to put down as on a return. All right, a buyer's not going to say, I don't know how to use it, I'd like to return it. Okay? They could put buyer no longer wants to have this item, seen it cheaper. You guys at eBay, you think about that stuff when it comes to return policies. But take out item not as described, or you could leave it, not take it out, but in lieu of item not as described, or the item is defective, not working, and some other choices there, because I think what's happening is the buyers get it. This person here, who sent me this here, is most likely an older person, and they're not probably familiar with the digital. Plain and simple. I have relatives that are older. They don't like the new technology. They like something like this. This is probably vintage, no doubt. Why do they like it? It's simple. You pop the top off, you put some coffee in there, you fill it up to how many cups you want it, you plug it into the wall receptacle, boom. It percolates, and when it gets to its ambient temperature, it stops, and there you have a nice hot brew of coffee. You couldn't get it more simple than this unless you go to a stovetop pot, and then you just do it that way. It's another way too. You just turn the oven on, the stove on, put your water in there, and you got the same thing. This one's electric, the other one's a stovetop. You couldn't get it more simplified than that. Keep it simple. That's all I'm telling you guys. You go to thrift stores, you go to yard sales, garage sales, pick up things that's not going to require manuals, instruction booklets. Because I'm telling you right now, I've sold a Keurig. Last story. I sold a Keurig like this. It's no exaggeration. I live over here in New York, on the island. It's a long island. And there's a person it was a Keurig, it was like a commercial Keurig. It was metal, like it had a metal plating on there. It looked like something you would put in an office environment. I put it up on eBay. I think I put it up for, I think it was $80 or something like that. It was a nice unit. Had the reservoir in there, reservoir tank where you, because the Keurigs I'm selling right now on eBay are single cups. Like in other words, you take a mug, such as this, open the lid up, you put the water in it, you put your K-cup pot in there, close the lid, hit the brew, and bingo, it takes off. I sold this, and this one worked the same way. The only difference is, instead of a single cup we had to put water, it had the water reservoir. All digital. Tested it out, worked beautiful. Again, I will not put stuff up on eBay unless it's been tested and it works. The buyer, I put local pickup, the buyer calls me up, says, "Hey Rich, this is, my name is so-and-so, I'm the guy who just purchased a coffee maker from you. Can I come by your house and pick it up?" Yeah, sure. I gave him the address. Comes by in the morning around 9:30, 10ish. He lives out, there's a couple towns out. He's out east, they call it out east, towards the later, the further part of the island, which is probably about a half-hour drive at that. He gets it, he picks it up. "Okay, I'll let you know how it goes. I'll take it." No problem. No problem. I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere. Gets the pot home. Calls me up about maybe an hour and a half later. "Yeah, Rich, this is so-and-so. Yeah, that coffee maker's not working." He goes, every time I put the water in, I put the cup in there, and I hit this button here to brew it, it keeps going to a different setting, because I think you had 6, 8, 10, whatever it was. I said, "Okay, well, what would you like to do?" He goes, "I keep trying it over and over again. It doesn't work." He goes, "I think there's something wrong with this coffee maker. I'd like to return it." "Okay, bring it on back." Comes back about an hour later. I said, "You'll get your refund. It's going to be through PayPal." I said, I don't have money to give you. It's been done through PayPal. You're going to get it through PayPal." "Okay, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry it didn't work out." No problem. Don't worry about it. Two things. When he brought it home, somebody probably told his house, "I could have got this same pot a lot cheaper than what this guy's selling it for." Or tell him that it's not working and get your full refund back. To end the story, the pot came back to me. He brought it back. He hand delivered it to me. I tested it. I went through all the features in it, made sure everything worked, 6, 8, 10, 12, whatever it is, ounce cups, Put the water in there, measured it out. Okay, 6 ounce, 8 ounce, everything checked out. He got his refund through PayPal. I relisted it. The next day it sold. Sent it out to the buyer. Very happy with it. Not one complaint whatsoever. This is why I'm saying, keep it simple. If you're going to sell pots, be careful with the digital ones, because the buyers don't know how to set it up. And I sent instructions with him. They don't read the instructions. Buyers don't read the descriptions. I had a problem like that. A buyer purchased something from me, and they're like, "I purchased this item for you. I'd like to send it back. It doesn't work. It's defective. It's not working." And the item I sold, I believe, I don't remember, it was some kind of electronic thing. I think it was being sold for parts not working. I put it in there in the item condition. I messaged the buyer back. I said, "Did you read the whole description?" "Oh, I didn't." So, well, if you would have read the description, you would have seen that the item was being sold for parts not working. Buyers don't read, and you might experience that one day if you're a newbie seller, or if you are an avid seller, you might have experienced it a couple times. I know I have. They don't read it verbatim. I do. When I make a purchase from another seller, I read everything in their return policy, if they have one. I read everything in the description verbatim. I want to make sure that I'm getting what's being described in that description, in that sale. If you're a newbie, I'm just going to leave it like this. Sell things that you feel comfortable with, and if you're not into electronics or stuff that you got to deal with, like I'm selling that graphic calculator, Texas Instrument calculator. I'm going to print out little instructions, whatever. I'm going to see if I can get a quick user guide just to get the person set up. If they want to get the whole manual, I think I don't know if it was 600 pages, something like that. You could print it out yourself if you got a laser printer. I am not going to print out over 600 pages. Not 40, 50 pages or 30. Well, 30 pages, maybe that's an iffy. But anything over that, I'm not printing it out. I'll print out a quick start guide if there's one available. But I'm not printing out something that's 200, 300, 400 pages. That's not going to happen. And not only that, you, the buyer, is going to be paying for that, because when you print out that much paper, that much text and paper, that's going to add to the weight. And as I always say, ounces turn to pounds. Okay? Ounces turn to pounds. That's another thing. Keep that in mind. All right? I'm only sharing my experience with you guys. Again, you don't have to take my advice. You don't want to. I hope you do. But when I say keep it simple, this is simple. There's no instructions that have to go with this here. There's nothing all I got to do is just get a description. It's a such and such a 12-cup pot. It's presto, blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing. You get the plug, you get the basket, everything's in there. That's it. Keep it simple. Or, if you don't, you do deal with electronics. If you're going to deal with electronics, print out a user guide. If it's ridiculous, if the pages are too long, too much pages to print out, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't print out pages. I'm not printing out user guides or manuals that are over a certain amount. Keep it simple. That's all I'm telling you guys. I don't have anything else to share with you guys. Well, I will share this, though, with you really quick with the clothing part. I just want to get back to this because it reminded me. Let me just see something here. Because sometimes I write in these little sheets there and I want to share stuff with you guys. Yeah. All right. Anyway, when it comes to clothing, here's the other thing, a very important thing I want to share with you really quick. If you do buy clothing, like I said again, buy stuff that's machine washable. Invest in getting yourself a handheld steamer, or if you want to get a commercial type, like I have one that's got the big jet head on it. Either or. Before you ship it out. Now, my steamer throws a lot of steam out. And sometimes you get wet spots on there. I don't know what, I'm not saying it's anything wrong. It's just, I guess it's a powerful steamer, but it does spit water out there. Okay? Word of advice. When you do something like that, if you see a lot of stain, like water stains on, from the steamer, hang that shirt up, whatever it is, shirt, pants, whatever you're selling, machine washable clothing, of course. Let it dry. Don't put it in the rack, because I wrap everything in plastic. Don't just take it off the rack. Make sure you feel it's not, if it's not wet, because that Derek Jeter shirt I sent out, it had little wet spot marks on it from water, from the steamer. Nothing bad. I had to hang it up for about maybe half hour. They were very light water, and I let it dry out. Made sure I stuck my hand, make sure everything was dry. Then I folded the clothes up and wrapped it up in a bag, because if you do it when it's wet, and you say, well, I got to get this out today. I did. I mailed it out. I shipped it out. But if you got to do something like that, let it air dry first. Then, if you're going to wrap it in like plastic, I always do. I use dry cleaning bags. I wrap them up in I fold them really nice to make sure they're nice and folded up good. And then I make sure they're dry first. That's very important. So if you do buy clothes and you wash them, even though you're washing them out, that's fine. You can let it air dry, or if you're going to put it in your dryer, make sure if you're getting something, try not to use the dryer too much. I let the clothes air dry because I don't want the things to shrink. Okay, when you put stuff in the dryer, cotton does shrink. So if you're buying it and it's got that small, medium, large, you want to make sure when you send it to the buyer, whatever that size is, it gets to them like that. Okay, it's like one time I had an incident like that. I had a 100% wool sweater, and somehow I wasn't thinking. I put it in the dryer, and it was for the wife, and you know it's an adult size. I wasn't paying attention. I was just having an off day back then. I guess the kids were running around. I just threw it in the dryer, and when it came out, it was the size of my daughter. One of my daughters could wear it. That's how small it was. It shrunk. What a crazy business. Let alone the wife wasn't too happy about that. I said, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. We'll give it to one of the daughters to wear. And had to go out and buy a new one, of course. But, you want to make sure that when you're doing stuff like that, I let the stuff air dry. And read the labels, too, on the clothing. If it says use chlorine bleach, use that there, safe bleach, whatever, for colors, Because this had like the New York Yankee logo on it. Had like, I think it was blue lettering in the back. It had his name and a big number 2 in blue. You got to use stuff like that. They tell you. So when it comes to fabrics, make sure if you're going to get into the clothing business, you might want to buy that type of stuff. Safe colorful bleach, whatever. That'll protect colors. And keep that in the house or whatever. Especially if you're going to start selling clothing. Now, some people may buy stuff from the thrift store, and 9 out of 10, it's always clean stuff anyway, but I like to give it an additional wash, especially with what's going on with this beautiful COVID thing. You might want to clean it up as best you can. Anything, like I said, even when it comes to things like this, outside of the inside, which is always going to be clean with I run through it there. What do you call it there? Vinegar. Okay, just to clean it out in there. Make sure I do clean it there too. But when it comes to the final prepping on this here, because it gets wrapped up in plastic, I always wash my hands before and after. This will get wiped down with a light disinfectant, handle everything, and if I have to wear a glove, I'll wear the gloves with this or hold it with a rag, and then I'll wrap it up in plastic. And even the plug gets washed too. Not washed, but I clean it with a cleanser. Okay, even the plug, because you got hands touching this. My hands touch it. Somebody else's hands touch it. Okay, so when it comes to things like that, you want to be you want to be very cautious and clean. You want to make sure, not to say be a clean freak, but you want to make sure everything's disinfected and stuff like that. I'm not saying that's going to help, but the thing is, what's going on right now, as you all know, you hear the news. We want to try to protect our buyers when it comes to things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's basically it. As far as like what you're going to buy and sell, that's totally up to you. Okay, I'm putting this information out there. Some of you guys may beg to differ. And I will say this in closing. If you're watching this video and you may agree to disagree with me on certain issues, if you want to leave a comment, please do. Leave a nice comment. I respond to them. Anything nasty, I'm just going to remove it. Okay? I'm not going to get into a cyber war with anybody. That's not what I'm all about. I created this YouTube channel. I call it the His Initiative. Help, inspire, and share. I don't have a book to sell you, and I don't have a dream to sell you. The only thing I can do to be of help to you is share this free information. Okay? I share my experiences with you guys. And I said it in my other videos, and I'll say it again. The most important thing in doing these videos is that you as a potential buyer or subscriber or whatever you are, maybe you might be a buyer that you follow me on this here, is you get a takeaway from the information I put out. And I think personally, and I only speak for myself, I think I put out pretty good information. Okay? I don't use profanity on this channel. I don't discuss religion and politics. It's a good, clean content channel, and I love sharing information, and I'm going to keep doing it no matter what, good, bad, or indifferent. I'm going to keep putting nice, good, clean content out there. And I just want to say my channel is growing slowly but surely. The last time I looked, it was 996. I hope it stays like that. I hope it grows even more. I would love to see this channel hit the 1,000 subscriber mark, would be my milestone. And I'm hoping that you guys out there will help me get to that, achieve that goal, that milestone. I do my best to put out the information, and I try to explain the best I can to you guys. And if you want good information out there, and you want to, get some good pointers on becoming a better seller, or maybe you're just doing eBay as a hobby, a pastime, whatever. I don't know what it is, how you're doing this here. But I want you guys to know that if I could be of any help to you in any way, please reach out to me. Drop a comment below, whatever, and I'll try to assist you in any way I can. That's what my goal is for this YouTube channel. Not only to help it grow, but to be able to share information. And if you get a chance, check out the reseller news. Okay? I know I haven't done it in a while. I mean, I have so many Google alerts and email notifications. I keep saying it over and over again. People say, I've been hearing this over and over again, the subscribers. I'm sorry, guys. I really am. I've just been so busy lately. I really am. I apologize. I really do apologize. But don't worry. I'm going to be doing a reseller news. I'm going to be still doing that there. Don't worry. It's not going anywhere. Just been really crazy busy, and there's not enough hours in the day, folks. I rise and shine at 6:30 in the morning, and I don't go to sleep till 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. So it's from morning to morning. It's not morning to dusk. It's morning to morning. So I really, I'm going to do my best to get that information out to you guys, and I really encourage you, if you get a chance, to check out the reseller news, because if you are a newbie seller, or you are an avid seller, it keeps you in the loop as to what's going on with the changes within the e-commerce world, or what's going on with eBay. Okay, so I hope you guys will check out the reseller news. And again, if you like the content they put out, please subscribe to my channel. I mean, I really would appreciate it. If you like this video or any videos, you want to give it a thumbs up, that'd be great. If not, I understand. Maybe you're not too thrilled with the information I'm putting out. That it's okay. The most important thing is, if you get a little tidbit of information, it makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting there saying I want people to sit there and say, "Oh, Rich, your videos are great. I can't wait to see your next video." I understand that. There's a lot of guys out there that have great channels. But I want to say I can't say one thing, but the difference between me and other sellers that have YouTube channels, though, some may share their experiences they had with buyers. But for the sellers I follow, not too many of them, they don't always get into the nitty-gritty of an incident that they had with the buyer. All right, some may and some may not. I like to go take that next step and share information like this with you guys. And I don't, it doesn't hurt me in any way. People say, "Well, don't you think that could hurt your business?" No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't think it would hurt my business. Why would it? I'm being upfront and honest. I have nothing to hide, nothing to gain here by lying to you guys. The proof is in the pudding. That's why I say. And matter of fact, if you look at my eBay listings, you could check them out for yourself. It's the links in the bottom here in the comment. You could check them out for yourself. See what people are saying. See if you go to my eBay listings and you see something you like, before you purchase anything from me, all I ask is check out the feedback first. Check them out. You don't have to read all of them. Just see what a couple of people are saying. Okay? And you be the judge. Okay? You be the judge for yourself. You guys, my buyers, are my potential priority, are my number one priority potential, my number one priority here. I want to make you guys happy buyers. And I want repeat because I want you to come back to buy more from me. And I also hope you like my videos so you keep coming back for more too. Because the more you keep coming back, the more information you're going to get. Okay, and when I get the information that becomes readily available to me through Google alerts and email notifications, I will put it out there and share with you guys. So I really do hope that you will become a subscriber, and work with me with that there. Like as far as be there for me, and I'll be there for you guys and stuff. And some people may say, well, when it comes to hitting that milestone, somebody said it once before, what are you going to do when you hit that 1,000 subscriber mark? Are you going to have a giveaway or anything? I don't know. I really don't know. And I'll be honest with you, I don't like to count my chickens before they hatch. I don't know. I really don't know. Honestly, folks, I don't know. I think it'll be a momentous time to celebrate for me anyway. People say, celebrate for you too. Yeah, it will. it took a long time to get here like this. It took a long time to get the subscribers I have now. And you guys out there, you subscribers, are greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. You guys are greatly appreciated. I really do appreciate it. That you've given me a chance to express myself to you guys and put that information out there for you guys out there. This is all done through you. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for you subscribers out there. Where as far as my channel growth, I'm gonna let my channel grow organically. Okay, I don't do sub for subs. There was a video I was watching where a person says you could buy subscribers, some crazy stuff. I will never do anything of that sort. My channel is growing slowly but surely, and it's growing organically. And I'm going to keep it that way because it's the right way. And I don't want to do sub for sub. I don't want somebody clicking on my YouTube channel saying, "Hey, Rich, I subscribe to your channel, subscribe to me." I want people that really enjoy my content, that it's sincere, and when they hit that subscribe button, they're doing it with sincerity. It's like, yeah, no, this guy, he seems like a cool guy. I'm going to give him a chance. I'm going to see what he's got to offer. And they hit that subscribe button. I want sincere people to subscribe to my channel. People that are gonna, like what I'm putting out. Okay? So for me, that means a whole lot. And if you guys out there are thinking about starting a YouTube channel, if you want to drop a comment below, say, hey, I'm thinking of starting a YouTube channel. I just want to say this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I'm wishing you all the best and success with your YouTube channel. Go for it. Live it. Do the right thing. If you got passions and dreams, go for it, folks. Go for it. I wish I give you accolades. Go for it. I wish you all the best. And now the time has come to close this video out. And I just want to say, as I always say in my closing videos, for those of you who are thinking about selling on eBay, or you are a seller on eBay, I am wishing you guys all the best in sales. Thank you again for taking the time out of your day. I hope this video helped. And again, if you like it, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. And if you want to be updated when I post any videos, please hit that bell notification icon. Until next time, bye-bye for now.